What's up, guys? Jason Castle, Bass Boat Electronics. Really excited. We got a mystery man right here. You know, we got the whole Bass Boat Technologies logo looking good. Got a new build, and it's none other than Miles Burghoff, baby. Welcome back, dude. All right, 2025 Phoenix. Which model did you go with?
We went down a little bit in size. We went to the 920 Elite this year instead of the 921. I think it fits my style.
Yeah.
Maybe not my gut, but my style of fishing a lot better.
Yeah, really excited. So Miles just got back from the wrap shop. He's got a clean look. He's gonna add all his logos, but he got the main base matte black. Take a look at it down there with the whole BBE logo. Good. Yeah, so obviously Bass Boat Electronics main logo. He's gonna get it all decked out. Come in here for a closer look at this blank canvas on this Phoenix boat. This is what we're here for. We're gonna take this blank canvas and outfit it and get it decked out with all the latest electronics. This year, Miles is going to Garmin. So we have maximized, we'll show you all the products that we're putting on here and why we're putting it on here. Bass Boat Technologies really took it to the next level on their mount for up here on the hood. I think they got the hood like hingeable mount so you can service and access. I saw that over there, the gimbal brackets. He's going with a PowerPole move up here. Yeah. Really, really sweet setup.
And one note, I'm not sponsored by Garmin. So this is like, we've come up with this whole system based on, you know, my needs out there on the water. So it has nothing to do with sponsorship allegiance or anything like that. So this is strictly functionality, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, every year, Miles touched on it, every year we kind of go to the drawing board on what would be the best electronic setup for this year. When we early partnered on, you know, we had the 3-brand deal, you know. I was looking back at some old videos like 3 years ago. I was watching the Bass University video that we did in the lobby and stuff. I was like, dang, dude, my hairline's receded. The electronics in the background.
My gut has extended.
We redid the whole showroom. Everything has changed. Like 3 years ago doesn't seem like that long ago, but it seems like everything has changed.
Things have changed, and you know, for a lot of people, because on my YouTube channel, I'm constantly, you know, not constantly, but I get comments like, man, you just keep on switching to different electronics. I am a big believer for all of your equipment, you need to tailor make your boat, you know, as far as all the third-party equipment that you're putting on there for your style of fishing and also where you're going. And this year, it's pretty much gonna be a forward-facing sonar fest, you know, because we're going to Sam Rayburn pre-spawn, Kentucky Lake pre-spawn, then we're going to Norfolk, which is probably gonna be pre-spawn too, and then we go up to Leech Lake, you know, which can be a smallmouth fest. So I wanna be prepared for that style of fishing, and that's why we went with all Garmin this year, because they're arguably the undisputed champion of forward-facing sonar.
Yeah, Garmin's gained a lot of traction. I mean, that's what's selling in our showroom. I mean, we really had to work hard to sell some other brands, but Garmin, the reliability, the durability, and obviously they were the leader in forward-facing sonar, and they just have that traction. Now, Hummingbird's really making a big push, and I like their Mega Live 2. I think it's going to be a really big player. But again, the reason that we went with all Garmin on your system is to keep it simple, and we also got some redundancy built in with some units to where we can swap out a unit. If something happens, you can just literally change one unit over the other, plug it up, and go. So you're gonna have a 4-unit system on the boat, and I mean, really, you know, bass boat wise, you need 2 units. One at the console, one at the front. I mean, you can do all your work from that. I mean, a lot of our popular installs are a 16 at the console, 16 up front, or just, you know, simplifying it down. So we'll go over the accessories. Before we jump on that, we got the bow, we got the blank canvas here. Let's move on to the console. Kind of the same thing. What do you notice that's new, Miles, for this year on the console?
So one of the things I was pretty excited about, because I saw it with some of the new models from Phoenix, is they started putting fiberglass shrouds here. And we got the fiberglass shroud on the front, which I think was an option prior anyways, but right here at the console, we got fiberglass, which to me, much more durable. It's going to last a lot longer as far as like, you know, the old, like, I guess it would be vinyl. Was that what it was?
Yeah,
it was kind
like
of
a vinyl shroud,
faux
plastic,
leather.
Yeah.
I didn't think that it wore very well over the years, and to me, I just didn't like it as much. This is rock solid, and I think it just looks better too, and it's going to facilitate the Bass Boat Technologies mounts very well on here. So you got a solid mount on a solid surface. That's what we needed.
Yeah, we had a lot, you know, with the old shrouds, you know, we had to do a lot of through bolting and cutting in access hatch. The big thing with them is they add flexibility.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when heat and cold and then rough water, all that movement, any movement is what really wore it out. So the fiberglass, not only does it look really good and clean, it's going to be a lot more durable. So
yeah,
really excited. This, you know, right here we're going to have two 12s at the console on a dual Bass Boat Technology mount. Keep it simple and clean. And then in the back here, this is where the majority of our work goes down. Obviously, you're going to be running the PowerPole, 1 pump, 8 blades back here. But take a peek in here. This is about as blank as it gets. Obviously, it's cold, so we had some frost and stuff, but we're going to really clean this up. And I believe you're running Pro Guide batteries this year, correct?
Yep.
So yeah, I believe there's going to have 2 36 volts in parallel and 2 AGM 12 volts in parallel. For all his power needs, which is gonna be perfect. Top it off with that. We got the Mercury motor back here, so obviously we can service and sell all of that here at our facilities. We're a full Mercury dealer.
This is a beautiful table right here.
Yeah.
I love seeing, this is actually the first time that we actually made it all look pretty before we stacked it into the boat.
We did good. Put in the time and effort.
I mean, this is a pretty substantial system. So I'm gonna walk through a couple things real quick. So I started working with Pro Guide batteries this year, and I'm really excited about running the system that we are this year because we're gonna lose a battery on the trolling motor side. So we've only got 2 batteries now. We're gonna be running 2 of these 36 volt, 50 amp hour Pro Guide lithium batteries. And so that's going to reduce, you know, some of the space constraints that we've had before, and honestly gives you a little bit of a redundancy, you know, option too, because instead of having 3 12 volt batteries that if one goes down, you're pretty much, you know, without a paddle.
Yeah.
But now if one goes down, you still have another one that you should be able to fish the entire day on. And then we're still going to be running the AGMs. You know, so we got 2 Group 31 AGM Pro Guides that we're going to be using as our house battery setup, and the cranking battery, which we've been running with AGMs. A lot of people ask me about, you know, running AGMs instead of lithiums for that system. Yeah. I think engine manufacturers are kind of, you know, changing their tune as far as like warranty issues and things like that with running lithiums, but we're still going to run the AGMs, and those have never failed us, so.
No, they're really reliable. We're starting to sell a lot more lithium than AGM, but the characteristics of AGM, a lot of people really want that weight in the back of the boat. We're seeing a lot of people having to modify their setup when they take that weight out. So, you know, obviously you're not really going to have that issue. And then voltage-wise, I mean, you know, the voltage on a lithium is going to be a little bit higher, but as long as you're getting 12.0 volts, and obviously we're going to have a custom wiring harness, there's not any problem at all. You have the capacity to run everything you want. So you're going to be good as far as all that goes. Yeah, PowerPole, 1 pump blade. You know, we did a past video on it as far as install-wise. We've been running it, and it is going to be super popular. You're going to love the whole new interface. Obviously, did we talk about the PowerPole Move?
We haven't talked about it in this video.
Yeah.
No, but we.
So PowerPole Move, you're going with the PowerPole Move.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
not
really
here
excited
yet,
about that.
But it will definitely be here. I ran it. I've got some experience with it.
Yeah, it's a really cool trolling motor, and like we talked about, like the way that I like to fish. I know that forward-facing sonar is going to be a big deal this year, but for like fishing shallow, like I'm going to try to get something shallow going at most of these events. And when I do, I feel like the Move is the best trolling motor on the market to handle like bumping into stumps, running through grass flats and all that stuff. And it's super durable. It is a little bit more complex. You've kind of opened my eyes to like, you have to learn how to like work with the app, which is really cool. I watched some videos on it about like all the different settings that you can set it to. Really cool stuff. So it's going to be a completely different style of trolling motor for me, but I'm really excited for that one.
Well, stay tuned. We'll wrap it up. We've got a PowerPole Move over on one of our boats over there that I ran. We'll end the video on the PowerPole Move because there's a couple little details that we'll go through. But to finish it off, obviously Pro Guide, you know, they're a great battery company. They've been around since the test of time. You've even got their charger.
45 years. This is their 45th year anniversary.
There's nothing new with them. They've got their charger, which this is a new multi-chemistry charger. That's the whole name of the game now, as far as being able to do whatever chemistry, obviously running lithium and AGM together. Now back to the Garmin setup, we kind of started the video going all Garmin. You know, we've got a 1643, and we're gonna have 3 1243 XSVs. Now you can get these without sonar, but we decided to go with all sonar versions. So if Miles has an issue on the water, that he can swap out a unit quick and easy, and it's basically just plug and play and go. So we're gonna have 2 1243s at the console. We're gonna have a 1643 on the bow and another 1243 XSV up on the front. Again, the redundancy aspect of it is a key player. And then screen size. This year, you've got 55 inches and under that you can work with. This puts him right at 52 inches. So without going to another 16 and going over, this is the largest screen size that you can have on the boat. And of course, a staple in the industry, the Garmin LiveScope LVS 34 system. We've got some great bundles, packages on our website. And then kind of a mix, we may go Fusion, we may not. The boat came with a kicker audio system.
Yeah.
That'll be kind of a call on the installation. You know, with Fusion, you can control everything on the whole display, Bluetooth-wise. Even got LED courtesy lights in some of their speakers. And then the last part, well, I shouldn't say last part. There's so many details, dude. It's gonna be like a world record video, but
yeah.
External GPS antenna. These are actually black in color. So when we're done installing, we're either gonna do one of them or two of them. We'll decide, we'll walk through them based on Miles' needs, but this is the GPS 24XD. This gives you heading, so it's actually a satellite compass and GPS, and we can actually mount this on the boat for accuracy as far as marking waypoints and keep the map from spinning. Last thing, kind of threw in a couple little details on there. This is a through-hole temp sensor that we're probably gonna put in Miles' live well, so he'll be able to actually read the live well temperature, plug and play, NEMA 2000 connectivity into the Garmin system.
Just to say this, when he mentioned that, when he brought those, I was like, dude, let's keep it simple. Stupid.
It is simple.
No.
Temperature's simple.
Well, I was like, let's just go ahead and use the transducers for the temperature. But then he's like, monitoring live well temperature. I was like, I am 100% in on that. Like fish care,
yeah.
big deal, especially for like, you know, summertime tournaments.
Well, I'm surprised at how simple. I don't see
dude,
many people
why don't
run
we
it.
have temperature gauges in our live wells? That is genius.
Yeah, so that's a pretty cool little add-on. It's actually relatively inexpensive, so that'll be pretty straightforward. I know you may set up a sniper marine pole. There'll be some other details we'll work through, but really excited, Miles, with the partnership. It's continued, I don't even know how many years, dude. It's
since 2019.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been awesome. I mean, you've been a staple in our business. You've really helped us grow.
Same. I mean, dude, I literally would not be where I'm at without you guys.
I don't know about that.
We partnered like right at a very advantageous time because he was just really getting started. Because he started as a didn't you rig for another like chain?
Yeah,
you know,
well,
for a long time.
Essentially, evolution-wise, we used to be at another place that I rented from, and then I actually came into this facility. We had Ultramarine Service, which is the Mercury side service.
Yeah.
And then I actually, in this corner, you know, I'd basically rig one boat at a time and had a small showroom. Things have changed to where I think 2 years ago we ended up purchasing Ultramarine. So we're in the process of merging Bass Boat Electronics and Ultramarine, which has been really exciting. And obviously the whole property, we got just under 3.5 acres, 10,000 square feet. We just redid our whole showroom. Which is exactly what I dreamed of, you know, for like 3 years ago when I closed my eyes at night and like, what do I want the showroom to look like? It's pretty much, it's there. So really excited, Mercury Motors. And so in bringing both those companies, and to give you a little forward thought of where we're going, there's a couple new products we're probably going to introduce, but it's basically so we could service everything on the boat.
Right.
So obviously Bass Boat Electronics, we can do everything power-wise, wiring. We never really, you know, we couldn't do the motor part. That was a different business.
Right.
So now it's all one. Now we've got the motor, we can sell, we can service, warranty. whole 9 yards. We got the electronics aspects, and then we're even going to tie it into the next step, which you just have to stay tuned for that. So marine service, that's our name of the game.
Yeah.
So really appreciate it, Miles.
Dude, I'm excited.
Now it's time to get to work. So
all
stay
this
tuned.
is going in there. It's going to be a disaster, but it's going to look great at the end.
So all the links to products are going to be in the video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach us out, bassboatelectronics.com. Peace.